Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for April the 3rd through to the 9th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you, truly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Thank you, truly. Now, let's see what the energy is going to be for us this week. Eight of Cups. Going forward in a new independence, letting go of some things that we've been leaning on that really doesn't help us anymore, that dissipates our energy. It might have supported us at one time, but it no longer does. So we are looking at new paths forward, gaining a new sort of independence, stepping into a new dream, a new desire, a new goal. Now we have the King of Cups. King of Cups is, again, your independence. And it's more concerned here with the people who depend on you and how you are a rock to them, how you are the solid in their life. Okay, this is the stereotypical dad that goes to work, earns a living so he can put the food on the table, the roof over the head for the people he loves, to take care in some way. So you're looking at your own independence and how it empowers you, or your lack of independence and how it disempowers you to take care of the people you want in your life. So it could be, in the second spot here, it could be your service to others as well, in the fact of organizations or charitable organizations, groups of people that need your support, and reaching out to them now. Making a difference. How you make a difference. We have the Hanging Man. This is taking it back. This is understanding the balance in our life, what is needed, what is not needed, where we have lost our focus, where we need to realign our focus. This is like a timeout. This is when the universe stands still for us so that we can think, so that we can understand what is truly moving us forward in the direction we want and what is really dissipating our energy and taking us out of balance, so to speak. We have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, we're kind of beating ourselves up maybe even on our service to others, of our own independence, of where we truly offer help and assistance to others. And this could actually almost grow an illusion at times with these two cards together, that we're not doing enough ever for anybody, or we're doing it wrong, or this is where you have to kind of stand in your own independence and know that that is the way you go forward. That is the way you show compassion. That is the way you show love. And not to buy into other people's opinions or how they see it. They're not walking the walk. You're walking the walk. So it could be where somebody was critical of you this week, where you really let it get under your skin and don't let it, because it's completely untrue, or there's so many holes in it. It's not really worth your time or your energy to even sit there and analyze it. Somebody tries to tear you down, or somebody tries to take away your empowerment in some way, in some design, in some form. And this is where you really have to understand the beauty of who you are and your empowerment, your independence, your beauty, your magnificence. So, be very conscious that something could happen this week that kind of dismantles your image or what you stand for. Somebody giving their radical opinion. Maybe it's a rumor they start. Maybe they confront you with something. Maybe whatever it is, don't give it the time of day, really. It's going to dissipate your energy in a way that gets you nowhere, and it's for nothing. Okay, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, so when you play into things like that, it just gives it more strength, more fuel. And it's not, from what I see here, it's not true. It may be their perception, but there's little truth to it. It's not like it teaches you something about yourself or opens your eyes, unless it opens your eyes to the opinions of others meaning too much to you for your own independence, that you rely on, that you depend on too heavily. Five of Pentacles. It's the underlying energy, which means that some form of change is going to come to, uh, it's a pentacle, so I would have to think your abundance in some way. Um, it could be money, it could be finances, it could be where you are beating yourself up because you spent a lot of money on something that has turned out to be a completely useless object in your life, or you haven't really been paying attention to the budget, or um, something to dissipate your energy in finances, in money, in maybe the things you own. This is usually a reckless purchase. You know, you're going to be shown that you kind of overspent in a way that you shouldn't have, or that you have been spending out of turn. Now, this is a beautiful card to say that you are right at the door of financial abundance. So you know what to do if you give it time, if you give it energy, if you give it thought, if you give it, time for reflection in your actions and what you do and what you have that surrounds you and where you may have wasted money and how to get yourself on track. This could be a very empowering time for you. So pay attention to what the universe is showing you, what God, your angels, your spirit guide source is revealing to you, because it could have some very strong indications of how you can go forward in order to create the abundance that you want in your life going forward. We have the Four of Swords. Be careful not to burn the candle at both ends. So I would assume that you've got a lot of energy this week, or you are not feeling it at all this week. You're kind of being pulled back. Every step is hard this week. Watch your health this week. Okay, take care of yourself this week, because this is the overriding energy. Also, meditation, prayer, reflection is very important. And this is a time for you to start imagining the path forward with a little bit more clarity, with a little bit more definition. And you may be actually making some firm commitments to yourself along these lines. And you may be letting go of the old, because that's the first card. We have to always keep that in our minds, right, when we're doing the entire reading, that in some way you are moving towards a new independence and you are breaking ties from some old alliances or something that you have depended on in the past. We have the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful card with the High Priestess. Could you ask for better? This is a spiritual magic coming in to grant you your wish. Your Yes card. Your Yes card appears with spiritual magic. This is following your intuition. This is knowing that you've got this. This is knowing that really there's no such thing as mistakes, failures. We're given lessons to increase our wisdom so that we know which way is the right way, to know what we want with a clarity, with an understanding. So this is definitely, what have you been affirming? What have you been dreaming of stepping into? This is when spiritual magic can make it happen for you. There's a beauty here. There's a definite beauty in your empowerment, in your self-confidence, in your path forward, in obtaining that, maybe the abundance, because like I said, we're going to see where we might have dropped the ball before, but how to change our actions, how to maybe change our words, our environment to step into some true abundance. For work and career, look at that. We got the Fool. There's your new path. So this could be going for the promotion. This could be going for the raise. This could be changing tracks completely with what you do. This is getting the new job. This is getting a job offer. This is seeing how you can take a hobby and make it into a career. This is starting your own business. This is a brand new path, and one that we kind of have to step into, not knowing where it's really going to lead, but getting excited about it. For love, relationships, Page of Wands, thinking outside the box, getting creative with your energies of romance, of sensuality, of passion. Is thinking outside the box. So it is, you could meet somebody, if you are looking for a relationship, you could meet somebody very new and interesting and, not from your walk of life at all, opening up whatever boundaries you had. If you are in a relationship, this is the time to incorporate something new, off the wall, a little zany, into the relationship in order to deepen the relationship, in order to grow the relationship. So get creative with your thoughts of what you can do, and it could be just something fun and one night this week or something, and you just, let's do this, like let's just go. Or maybe you don't even tell them. You say, jump in the car, we're going somewhere. I'll tell you when we get there. Get creative, get exciting, get off the wall, get a little zany is what I'm hearing. Open up don't stay in the box here this week. Stretch your imagination to what can be in the relationship, of what honors you, of what honors you together. For your spirituality and well-being, the Seven of Pentacles, what are you cultivating? So do you have a regular practice, or do you do it one day and then not for 3 weeks, and then you do it for a couple of days and then not for a month, and then you do it for a couple of days and then you miss a couple of days and then you're back at it again? Where is your focus? What are you trying to cultivate? Are you trying to cultivate a life with spirituality in it? Or are you an infrequent visitor to it? And what do you want it to look like going forward? Do you want to have that 5 or 10 or 15 minutes to do a little bit of yoga or meditation or prayer? Or maybe it's time to finally sit down and write that mission statement for yourself, or a few affirmations. Or maybe it's time to start that dream journal, and really get connected with your trance thoughts, your sleeping thoughts, your dream thoughts. For health and well-being, we have the Two of Wands. I think you feel a draw to a certain kind of lifestyle that you want to incorporate into your life. Pay attention to what it is you truly want to walk into. If it's a healthier, wealthier, more newer, revised you, then what's it going to take? Why are you being drawn, to join the gym, to go for those walks, to eat a healthier diet, to get a little bit more sleep, to let go of that bad habit? Where are you being drawn? And really pay attention to it and stop closing the door to it. It's almost like you're closing the door, that you've had opportunities to step into this and you're hesitant, you're procrastinating. Now's the time to really look at it and go with the flow and see where it takes you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.